3 in the morning. Again. You open your eyes. Wide awake, heart racing, mind spinning. You check your phone. 3:03 a.m. Same as last night. Same as the night before. Same as every single night for the past 3 months. You tell yourself it's insomnia, stress, anxiety. Maybe you drank too much water before bed. Maybe you need to see a doctor, get some sleeping pills, fix your sleep schedule. But deep down, you know something else is happening. Because it's not random. It's always 3 a.m., not 2:30, not 4:15, 3 a.m. On the dot, every single night. What if I told you that's not insomnia? That's not anxiety. That's not a medical condition. That's a spiritual test. And right now, at this very moment, you're failing it without even knowing you're being tested. In the next 27 minutes, I'm going to show you what's really happening at 3 in the morning. Why that specific hour, what God is trying to tell you, and what 97% of people do wrong that guarantees they stay stuck in the cycle. This isn't about sleep hygiene. This isn't about melatonin. This is about understanding that there's a war happening in the spiritual realm every single night. And 3 a.m. is when the battle is most intense. Let me start with something most pastors won't. After 7 days of doing this, the 3 a.m. wake-ups stopped. Completely. And they haven't come back in 5 years. Because I passed the test. I stopped treating it like insomnia and started treating it like the spiritual attack it actually was. Now let me show you what's really happening when you wake up at 3 a.m. There are 3 possibilities, and you need to figure out which one applies to you. Possibility 1, God is waking you up to pray, not for yourself, for someone else, for a situation, for a spiritual battle that needs an intercessor right at that moment. 1 Samuel chapter 3, God called Samuel 3 times in the middle of the night. Samuel kept thinking it was Eli calling him, but it was God, trying to give him a message, trying to commission him. If you're waking up at 3 a.m. and you feel a pull to pray, that's God recruiting you as an intercessor. He's waking you up because there's something happening in the spiritual realm that needs prayer cover right at that hour. And if you ignore it, if you just roll over and try to go back to sleep, you're failing the test. You're saying no to the assignment God is trying to give you. Possibility 2. The enemy is attacking you at your weakest point. 3 a.m. is when your mental defenses are down, your willpower is low, your faith feels distant. That's when fear has the most power, and the enemy knows that. So he targets that hour, wakes you up, floods your mind with every worst-case scenario, every doubt, every fear, every lie. Job chapter 4, verses 13 through 15. In thoughts from the visions of the night, when deep sleep falleth on men, fear came upon me, and trembling which made all my bones to shake. Then a spirit passed before my face, a spirit, at night, bringing fear. That's not insomnia, that's spiritual warfare. And if you don't fight back, if you just lie there and let the fear consume you, you're losing the battle. You're giving the enemy permission to torment you night after night. Possibility 3. God is testing your faith in the dark. Anyone can have, so they just keep lying there, night after night, month after month, year after year, wondering why they can't sleep. And the answer is simple. You're not supposed to sleep through the test. You're supposed to wake up and fight. Let me show you something else. In spiritual warfare, there's a principle called the midnight cry. It's the moment when everything shifts, when the battle turns, when breakthrough comes. But it only comes for the people who are awake, the people who are alert, the people who are ready. Matthew 25, the parable of the 10 virgins. 5 were wise, 5 were foolish. At midnight the cry came, "The bridegroom is here." The 5 wise virgins were ready. They had oil in their lamps. They were awake. They went into the wedding. The 5 foolish virgins were asleep, unprepared, and by the time they woke up, the door was shut. Midnight, 3 a.m. That's when the call comes. That's when the test happens. That's when God separates the ones who are truly ready from the ones who are just playing church. And if you're sleeping through it, you're missing your moment. Now I know what you're thinking, but I need sleep. I have work in the morning. I can't function on 4 hours of sleep. I get it. But let me ask you something. How well are you functioning right now? Waking up at 3 a.m. every night, lying there in fear and anxiety for hours, dragging yourself through the day exhausted and defeated. You're not sleeping anyway. You're just suffering in bed, so you might as well get up and fight. Might as well use that hour to do what you're supposed to do. Pray, worship, war. And here's what's going to happen. Once you start doing that, once you start treating 3 a.m. as your prayer hour instead of your panic hour, two things change. One, the attacks stop, because the enemy realizes he's not breaking you. He's activating you. Every time he wakes you up, you get stronger. You pray more, you build your faith. So he stops, because it's backfiring. Two, God starts using that hour to speak to you, to give you revelation, to download strategy, to show you things he can't show you during the day when your mind is busy and distracted. Some of the most powerful moments of my life happened at 3 a.m., not because I wanted to be awake, but because God had something to tell me that couldn't wait until morning. And if I had just rolled over and tried to go back to sleep, I would have missed it. Let me tell you what happened after I started praying at 3 a.m. Within 3 months, everything in my life shifted. The financial problems resolved, the relationship healed, the business took off. Not because I prayed harder during the day, but because I showed up at 3 a.m. when God called, when He tested me, when He asked if I would fight. And I said yes. That's the test. Will you fight, or will you just lie there? Most people lie there. That's why 97% fail. They treat it like a sleep disorder. They treat it like anxiety. They treat it like something wrong with their body. But it's not your body. It's your spirit. And your spirit is being called to war. So here's what you do starting tonight. If you wake up at 3 a.m., get up, pray for 1 hour. Worship. Read scripture. War. Do it for 7 days straight. And on day 7, come back to this video and tell me what changed. Because it will change. Your sleep will normalize. Your mind will clear. Your faith will explode. Your breakthrough will come. Not because I said some magic words, but because you finally started fighting the battle you've been avoiding. If you listened this far, something shifted in you right now. I recorded that in a separate video. It's not on YouTube because it's too specific, too personal. But if you feel God calling you to go deeper, I left the link in the description. Write amen in the comments if you've been waking up at 3 a.m. and share this with someone who needs to hear this. They're probably awake right now wondering why they can't sleep. The link is in the description. God bless.